Corin, tell us about The Hallow.
Well, The Hallow is a horror movie. It's my debut horror movie, and it's always wanted to make a film with creatures in it from when I was a kid, growing up loving horror, and I was trying to think of fresh ways of fresh monsters. So I was looking back to fairy tales from when I was a kid, and I thought if I could do a fairy tale based horror movie, but I wanted to sort of ground it in reality. So it was not a fantastical one for kids, but more of a kind of intense thrill ride for adults. So it's a sort of kind of a fairy tale.
Now, you've been coming to FrightFest for a few years.
Yeah.
How does it feel having one of your babies showing?
It's the dream.
On that big screen with the fans.
It's the dream to be it. No, I've been many years. I mean, I remember seeing Pan's Labyrinth. I remember seeing The Host here in Severance, and I suppose I've been to some festivals, but to have the homegrown horror festival of London on a Saturday,
and a sold-out screening.
Sold out. And to be able to show my first film is
there's an incredible buzz and awareness factor for the film, so people are begging me for tickets all the time, so they can't wait to see it. It's going to look and sound fantastic on the big screen as well.
Yeah, I can't wait.
You've done a terrific job with it. I mean, the look of the film is just stunning. So
thanks very much. No, I did want to non-pretentiously try and make a beautiful horror movie and aspire to the horror movies that we grew up loving. That, I love a good kind of schlocky movie as well, but I wanted to try and make one which was photographed beautifully, the locations, the acting, everything.
Well, I know obviously from the T-shirt, for example, that you're a huge genre fan. For this particular project, what were the influences? What stuff did you take from the past to bring into the present?
Well, I suppose the films are really kind of through the years that as you grow up and you kind of realise they were on another level. You can kind of count them on a couple of hands, I think, from Alien and The Thing, and Evil Dead. A lot of the 70s and 80s films. I wanted to do a movie that was, like I said, kind of grounded in reality, but I wanted it to be a creature movie. And I think it's always disappointing if you do a creature movie and you don't see the creatures, and yet if you see too much of them,
it blows it.
Yeah, so it was kind of finding that balance and trying to find a way of telling the story that kind of kept everything mysterious.
Now, not many people have seen the film yet, but it's been premiered in a couple of other festivals. How has the reaction been so far to the movie?
It's just been fantastic. I suppose the best thing you can hope for is when you make a movie is that it finds an audience and that people get what you've tried to do. And I'm very pleased to say, since Sundance and then played in some American festivals at Stanley Fest and Edinburgh, people seem to have. I wanted to make something that was entertaining,
Sure. Well,
I love horror, but I didn't want it to be like torturous and downbeat. I wanted it to be imaginative and fantastical, but without being like a sort of, kids movie.
Sure.
So it's really nice to know that the people who love seeing a kind of, kind of an old school creature feature have dug it.
Where did you shoot the film?
We shot in Ireland, and the story's based in Ireland. We really went to the wilds of Ireland and shot in 5 forests in Connemara, Galway, Letterfrack, Spiddle. Beautiful but far-reaching areas where we found some strange things in the woods.
Very cool. And cast. Tell us about the cast.
Well, again, being inspired by characters like Sigourney Weaver in Alien, or Dustin Hoffman in Straw Dogs, or Jeff Goldblum in The Fly, I wanted to find a great actor or pair of actors who could, lead this film, which is kind of a two-hander with some supporting roles.
Great, they're great in the film as well.
So I've been a fan of Joseph Moore for a long time, and I think he always gives an authentic performance in everything I've seen. He's quite a chameleon. He's I think he's one of the best actors in England, and he's rarely given a kind of a leading role. So I really was thrilled to have him in it. He has to undergo a certain kind of transformation in it as well. And Boyana was someone who I'd seen in Devil and also Drag Me to Hell, she's great in. And to provide a great performance with a cinematic scope to the actors as well, and then backed up with Michael McEvoy and Michael Smiley, who just incredible. And, you know, there was, you know, limited amounts of roles in it, so, but I was, again, just trying to make sure everyone who's in it was top of the game as much as I could.
Sure. When can the UK or US or international audiences see the movie?
So the Hallow's out on Friday the 13th of November in the UK.
Perfect. Perfect timing.
Friday. And November the 5th and 6th in the States.
Okay, and what about Europe and
It's coming out in various countries in Europe, so
all
I
the
guess...
way around, so people can check it out and make sure you go and see it. It's terrific.
Yeah.
And what's next for you, Corin?
That's a good question. I'm currently in the middle of pre-production on the film The Crow.
The remake.
Yeah, which has been, you know, a dream come true to go from the Hallow to one of the films and characters in the graphic novel that I grew up loving. So we're in the thick of that at the moment.
Okay, can you tell us a bit about that? Just a little. Who's in it? Who have you got cast?
I can tell you that it's something which I'm been passionate about since I was a young 17-year-old heavy metal fan, and the cast will be announced.
TBA, I know.
Sure.
And I mean, I'm a big fan of the Crow comic, and I'm a big fan of the first Crow movie, especially the music, the Cure, all that kind of stuff. What different spin are you hoping to bring to that? Because it's not that it was a perfect film, but it was a really good film. So, you know, it's a bit of a poison chalice in some ways. It's fair enough to remake something that was crap and make it good, but... So what are you going to do?
What was great with The Crow was that there's a fantastic graphic novel that James O'Barr created that the film was based on.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to remake the 1994 film, Alex Proyas. Wanting to make something very authentic to the graphic novel.
Right.
So very emotional and very exciting.
Because it is, I mean, it's a very sad story, isn't it? I mean, the whole...
Yeah, I mean, it's very moving, it's very tragic, but it's got. I want to bring a lot of heart to it as well.
Because obviously the first one was almost eclipsed by the tragic death of Brandon, wasn't it, on set? So, no, well, good luck with that, and good luck with the Hallow. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Paul.